use it, it satisfy your needs, then you can use it again in another time. Those are the durable goods. Those are the goods that can last for a longer time. The life expectancy of each of the goods are most directly to the name given to it. The word durable means something that can last for a particular period of time. Other examples of durable goods are home appliances, vehicle, other furnitures in the house. When you purchase them, you don't need to process them for any other thing again. We don't need to do anything to them again. They satisfy our need, they satisfy our wants directly and immediately. But they are the goods that we cannot consume, we cannot use them up at a particular point. We continue to use them for a longer time, over a period of time. All of those items are purchased to meet human wants, and they are used to satisfy our desire. And also, take note, it will take several years to utilize all these goods. That is why they are referred to as durable goods. For example, we have a car. See a picture of a car. Car is a durable goods. Then we have home appliances, series of home appliances. We have them there. They are a sample of durable goods as well. Now, other type of the consumer goods that we are talking about is non-durable goods. Non-durable goods are purchased for immediate or almost immediate consumption. The goods have a lifespan ranging between 1 to 3 years. The goods are for immediate consumption. They are something that we can use immediately and we'll finish them. For example, we have food. When you buy food in the canteen, you consume the food immediately and that is all. Also, we have beverages. Beverages can last for, it depends on how you use it. It can last for a month, it can last for 2 months, it can last for a week. In fact, it can last for a day if it's being consumed by a good number of people, and so on like that. Those are the example of durable goods. See, example of snacks taken by a man is an example of non-durable goods. Then the other type of goods that we are to consider is producer goods. Producer goods can also be called capital goods. Producer goods are also, we can call it as intermediate goods. They are goods that the production process has not finished on them. They are the goods that we cannot use immediately. We can buy them. When we buy them, then we want to use them to produce other things. We want to use them to achieve other things, not for immediate consumption, unlike the consumer goods. Producer goods are purchased as an input to produce another goods. They want to make it to get another product out of it. In economics, goods manufactured or used in further manufacturing process or resales are referred to as producer goods. That is, it is being used more by the producers in order to achieve other things. They are goods or tools or raw materials that are used to produce other goods and in order to satisfy human wants indirectly. These are the examples of them, of the producer goods. You can see a picture of snacks processing machine. The machine is not meant for immediate consumption, it's not meant for immediate satisfaction of our needs, but we can use the machine to produce something else, which is snacks. Another example is cotton producing machine. This machine also is used to produce cottons that we use as clothes at the end of the day. Those are the examples of producer goods. Now, let's go to the types of production. We have 3 major types of production, as we can see from the picture. We have primary production, we have secondary production, and we have tertiary production. Now let's take them one by one. Primary production. When we are talking of primary production, this is the extraction of basic materials provided by nature, either above or below the health surface. The extractive industries are farming, fishing, or mining industries. Without this, production will not take place. That means production processes start from the primary production. Now, these are the sample of farming. We have people on the farm, they are working. They are a sample of primary production. This is an example of another one, fishing. See picture of the fishermen fishing on the sea. That's another example. Also, we see the miners at the quarry. They are trying to extract one material, raw material from the earth. That's another example of primary production. Now, secondary production. This involves the transformation of raw material into finished goods. This stage of production, or this type of production, is one that is so common and so familiar with, to everybody, that they define production as the transformation of something to another thing. And this stage of production is not the only one that is involved in production process. Industry takes the raw material obtained by the extracted industry and change them into products such as fishing goods or office supplies. This stage of production, this type of production is there that they will transform the raw material that was extracted by the primary producers into finished goods that will make it ready for consumption for the consumers. Now let's look at the examples of secondary production. You can see from the picture, you see the picture of a wood. That wood can be referred to as the raw material that was worked on by the primary producers. And at this stage of production, this type of production, secondary production, they are the one that will now transform the wood into something that we can use, such as dining table and chairs. And those ones are referred to as output. You can see from the picture on the wall. The next stage of production, type of production, is tertiary production. Tertiary production is usually being excluded in most cases by the general public. They do not see it as part of the production, whereas in economics is also part of the production. This includes all kinds of services that is taking place in the society. We have transportation, we have communication, we have banking. All those ones are part of production as well. Though they are not tangible products, they don't produce tangible products, they don't produce something that we can hold or we can see, but they are rendering services. And we should not forget that we define production also as the creation of utility. And also we define utility as the amount of satisfaction that we derive from the consumption of a particular product or services. In that case, when you engage the service of a driver, the driver transports you from one point to the other, and you exchange money for the services. In that case, the driver has satisfied you, and you've paid the driver. Services has taken place, production has taken place in that case. So tertiary production is part of the production that is overlooked but still essential under the production in economics. The finished products must be transported from the point of production to the final consumer. Don't forget that production is not yet complete until it reaches the final consumer. In that case, we need to transport the product that we produce to the final consumer. And the one that we are not using immediately, we need to keep them in warehousing. All these services, they are part of production that must not be neglected. And that stage of production is called tertiary production. For example, we can see from the picture, we see the picture of a banking system in a banking hall where people are queuing. They want to engage the service of the bankers, and the bankers also will transact with them. In that case, the want and the needs of the customers are being satisfied. Utility in that case has been created, and in such a situation, production has taken place. The other example of tertiary production that we have is teaching. We are also familiar with teaching. When a teacher is teaching students in a class, production is taking place because teacher is satisfying the needs of the students and is passing across a knowledge to the student. You can see from the sample on the picture, teacher is teaching in a class. Those are the examples of tertiary production. Now let's go to the factors of production. What are the factors of production? Factors of production are the economic terms that we use to describe all inputs that come together, that we join together in order to make the production process successful. The factors of production include land, it includes labor, it includes capital, and also entrepreneur. These factors are classified according to their functions. They can also be referred to as 4 M's of production, meaning management. The management is representing the entrepreneur. Also machine is representing the capital. Also material is representing labor. And also we have money can represent capital as well. So we can represent them as 4 M's also. Then let's take them one after the other. Land. What is land? Generally, if you ask anybody in the society what is land, they will only point at the ground for you, that this is the land. But in economics, it's more than that. Land includes all physical elements in wealth of the nation bestowed by nature. These are the things that are bestowed by nature, that we can get by nature, that we can get free, not created by anybody. That is land in economics. Example, we have climate. Climate is part of land in economics. We have environment, we have fields, we have forests, we have mineral resources, we have mountains,